methodical pace. When you think of elite half-court offenses, what comes to mind?
I think of teams that just get advantage in the half-court, Kevin, and then keep it. Now, there are a lot of teams that are mediocre that when a player makes something happen, the rest of the guys stand around or are not in position to be an outlet and to make the next play. Elite offenses in the NBA feel like there's a continuity no matter what happens, and a proprioception where they make the reads and continue to play to find their best scoring opportunity.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, we've got Brown, Washington out there with Reddish. Then it's Jones, and it's Bridges in at the 2. And it's Detroit's ball. Smart kicks to Toppin. Over Washington. Toppin. Can't get it to go. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Miami. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter.
Cotton foul called on. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Now here's Brown. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. And then Brown with the dunk.
And just awesome speed from Brown, blasting off towards the bucket and slamming it down.
Okoro passes to Smart. Down low, here's Kane. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
And then Jones with the jam.
And the skills of Brown. Not just a super athlete, but a tremendous floor general as well.
Brown against Smart. Kane the pass to Barnes. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, Barnes can be hard to contain sometimes around the rim. He can create just enough space to be effective.
And you look at Harrison Barnes shooting, it's clear he's all about efficiency.
He wants to make the most out of every touch, and he's doing just that by shooting consistently. He's clearly put in the work to dial in his shot and limit wasted opportunities.
Here's Smart after the Heat pick up 2. And the foul called on P.J. Washington. That is his first foul of the game. The Heat making a switch here.
First team foul. And for the Heat, Mark Gasol.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. On the wing, Barnes. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Beyond the clock, over Reddish. Here's Kane. And the layup's good off the glass. Kane's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And you know what? He doesn't mind getting his hands dirty when it comes to really fighting on the backboard.
Not only fighting on the boards, he's converting, and not just on the putback. It's been a great start for him.
Got a piece of it. Okoro with it. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. In the corner, it's Toppin. And they recover it. Here's Kane. Toppin with it, working on Gasol. It's another look. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And Obi Toppin, a bit of a late blooming front court prospect, but boy did he blossom as a senior, coming out of nowhere to be one of the top players in college basketball, ending up as a top 10 pick.
Well, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. The kick out to Brown. Drills it from outside.
Jaylen Brown.
Brown's got 9.
Offensively, it's been a perfect quarter for him. He hasn't missed a single shot.
McCollum passes to Kane. Back to McCollum. Now here's Nance. Guarded closer. Pass to McCollum. Pistons passing it around. Kane. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Well, the D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range, and he shows us why still. I expect him to make one of those.
Here's Mann. He is still scoreless so far in this one. Washington, that's good.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Pistons trail by 4. We've got 1:28 left in the first quarter. Here's Christopher. And it's off the back rim, no good. And so Gasol will bring it up for Miami. To the paint. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
That's tough because that one's preventable. The defense has nothing to do at all with that turnover.
The Pistons making a change here. Brissett's checked in. Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys? And they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit.
And doesn't like how things are going right now.
The timeout before the timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit-chat with the team to settle down.
McCollum finds Nance. Back to McCollum. Five to shoot. Here's Nance. And again, unable to change momentum here. Now, here's Burke, covered by Nance. 17 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Outside Robinson. The Heat need to get a shot off. Lopez with the bucket.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
Jaylen Brown has been leading the charge for Miami. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Miami.
Really some great drives to the basket here early on for these guys.
I'm loving the ping pong action of the ball tonight. A decent number of assists so far.
We've got Okoro. He's out there with Barnes. And it's Brissett in at the center position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. Last game for the Heat, they picked up the win against the San Antonio Spurs. Takes it inside, and it's denied. They retain possession. Barnes kicks to Okoro. Clock at 6. The alley-oop layup, very well done.
Okoro showing his ability to find an open teammate.
Miami leading by 7. Here's Burke. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Driving the lane, and he converts the layup. And the Heat lead by 9.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
Now here's Smart. Tight defense on him. Here's Christopher. Lopez covering. And he overshot that one, missing.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Despite their record, there is optimism around the Detroit Pistons. Killian Hayes said, "We have a fun team. We love seeing each other succeed. We've got a bright future." Coach Dwayne Casey says, "If we bring this same type of intensity, toughness each and every night, then good things will happen." Kevin, back to you.
Detroit tough. Good stuff, DA. Thanks. The Heat leading by 9.
And with Mikal Bridges, he's a player who knows his role and plays his role as well.
I think he's one of those guys who comes from a great system. He came into the league with incredible discipline and incredible awareness of where it is he can impact the game. And that's why you see the 3-and-D effect that Mikal Bridges has had on the NBA.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Here's the drive, and stolen by Barnes. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Okoro wide open. He fires. No good from outside. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for Miami. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Now here's Burke. T right on him. And Brook Lopez, the bucket on the assist by Burke. Burke's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Pistons trail by 11. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
They grabbed their own miss. The shot's good from Brissett. Brissett's got his first basket.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Now Burke. Six to shoot. Releases. Miami keeps it going. A new 14-second clock. Bridges outside. Here he goes.
2 minutes.
Top the key Barnes.
2 minutes.
.151 left in the first half of the game. Christopher. And the shot falls short this time.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Bridges a screen on Smart. Driving inside. There's Hollis Jefferson. And that one is off. The Pistons go the other way with it. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
Heat on D. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. And Nance kicks to McCullough. Rebound by the Heat. Brown with the bounce pass. 59 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It goes on Isaac Okoro.
And really, Brown is very talented at nailing shots, even while getting hit. What muscle this guy has.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. There's 53 seconds left here in the second. McCollum against Kennard. Inside. The jump hook. Kane, no luck. Miami leading by 12. And it's the Heat on the break. And that's good. Luke Kennard for 3.
And you love that. That's one of the strengths of Luke Kennard's game.
McCollum against Kennard. They double-team McCollum. Goes back up, and Jones sends it back.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
And here is Brown. Jones with the screen on Nance. Brown drives in, and Brown throws it down hard.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
And so it's Miami feeling good about their 7. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't.
Welcome, everybody. Before
looking at Miami, they're a little bit on the slide. We thought that they'd be on their way up at this point. This is when you have to show your truth.
And guys, let's talk first half. Jaylen Brown, he's been phenomenal.
This is.
And that's it for the halftime show.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. It's been a clinic out there by Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the Heat, they've got Washington. Jaylen Brown out there with Bridges. Then it's Reddish. And it's Jones in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And we're seeing players, Brett, rise from deeper than ever before. You were a pretty good shooter. What was your maximum range?
Wow, Kevin, that's a great question. I wasn't allowed to shoot where it is that I could shoot from, so we won't get into that. But, yeah, guys are coming into the league more equipped, and it's because they're seeing that happen with players like Steph Curry, players like Trae Young, who are making that shot more and more effective, Damian Lillard, and now they're practicing those shots and they're more efficient with them. So there's a reason why guys like the deep ball, and it's getting deeper.
PJ Washington.
The Pistons shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. The first one falls.
For your Pistons. At the line for 2.
Both shots good from the stripe. And so Brown will bring it up for the Heat. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Over in the corner, Washington. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Washington.
Brown's got 3 assists tonight.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
All night long, in control of the pace, and you don't want to let go of that rope right now.
Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
Toppin dishes to Barnes. Now here's Okoro. He's covered by Washington. Shot clock at 6. Pulls up on the elbow. The shot no good. And it's Miami the other way. Now here's Brown. 16 points for him. Over in the corner, Reddish. No good with the triple.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Passes it to Toppin. Back to Smart. And Jones sends it back. And they'll get another chance. Outside, Smart. Toppin, no one around him. Detroit, no good that time either. Miami leading by 20. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Brown kicks to Reddish. Brown with it. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. The first free throw is good.
And the vertical that Brown has is pretty impressive, as relentless a finisher as you'll find in our league.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. So both teams making some changes here. Past a man. Back to Brown. Good on the triple.
Jaylen Brown.
Brown's got 6 in the quarter.
And that's just tremendous confidence from Brown, going up with the shot right away and giving the D no time to react.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, guys. We have seen today's athletes taking stands for social justice. All-star Bradley Beal says, we understand there will be a backlash, but we don't care about that. I'm a human being, a citizen, just like everybody else. I have family and friends still living in those environments, and I'm their voice. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you very much. Pistons have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. The pass to Brissett. Here's Kane. Gasol with the rebound.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Washington outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Washington's got 9. Here's Smart. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Who's got the loudest section? Who wants some free tea? Thanks. It's your Pistons.
A different look here for Detroit. McCollum comes in for Okoro. And it's Nance in for Smart. And then for Miami, Prince is checked in for P.J. Washington. And Mikal Bridges subbed in for Brown. McCollum outside. They set the pick. Pass to Christopher. 4 on the clock. Detroit needs to get off a shot. Brissett, no good.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Reddish's shot is good.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Here's Kane. Sweet little floater. 12 points for him.
Well, if you go to Lehigh, of course, you're going to make smart plays. McCollum good at sensing when his man was going to be wide open.
Here's Man, covered by Nance. Man gets the bucket.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
A 3 from McCollum. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Bridges right side. Here's Man. Over in the corner, Gasol. Prince wide open. And again, Miami with the triple.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Christopher, no good. And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Timeout. Hey, it's your Pistons mascot.
So for the Pistons, Toppin, he's checked in for Kane, and it's Barnes in for Brissett.
Miami calls timeout. Hey, the loudest section. Get free tea.
Now a timeout called by Miami.
It's the loudest. All right, look who's coming on to the court. Come on, get
34 seconds left to play in the third.
Fans, hit your Pistons fast.
Now Burke. And there's the drive to the inside. It's stolen by Nance. It's 2-on-1. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Kennard against McCollum. Shoots. Top of the key jumper, no good. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. Heat out front, opening up a huge...
All right. Look who's coming on.
And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Doesn't happen with every point guard in the league as far as setting your teammates up. Lots more scorers now, but right there creating the scoring opportunity for his teammate.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Hoffman is out there with Dawson. Then it's Nance. Then there's Hayes. And it's Pascal in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Heat?
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They have not wasted any time here tonight. They've pushed it whenever they've had the opportunity and have gotten a lot of fast break points out of it.
Just 4 to shoot. Here's Hayes. It's hauled in by the Heat. Lopez has got 5 rebounds tonight.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
He takes it in, and Kennard wide open. He shoots. It's good. The assist that time from Burke.
Coach is wanting Luke Kennard to get aggressive with his shots. That's a nice catch and shoot.
Here's Toppin on the money with the shot from the left block. Miami's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Outside for Robinson. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Brissett has checked in for the Pistons.
Heat substitution.
Passes it to Hayes. And with so many entertainment options these days, Brent, the NBA not shy innovating to attract and retain viewers. Where do you sit with that? Keep it the same or be creative?
Well, I think the league does a great job of being creative, and I think that Adam Silver does a really good job of not just being a leader, but being a listener. And there's tremendous participation between the Players Association and the commissioner and the ownership group to continue to press the way that the game is played, try to innovate in the way that the game is broadcast, and it'll continue to do those sort of things to draw in the fans that love this game and are invited to that kind of competition.
Here's Miami now. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. Brown against Nance. Latre. And Pascal pulls it down. The Pistons have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. Hayes the pass to Brissett. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Into the lane.
And a long windup and strong follow-through on the one-hand jam.
Yeah, he's not going to mess that one up. Brown kicks to Washington. Offensive rebound. Jones dishes to Brown. Second shot opportunity. Washington, that's for 2. He can't get it to go. And it's Detroit the other way. Now here's Hayes. He's tightly guarded. Brissett trains the three-pointer.
And in that first half, guys, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes as they have here in the second, trying to use that shot to stay in the game.
Brown drives in from deep. Washington The shot's good. Brown making the play. Washington's got 9 points now in just the second half. And here's Hayes. And Greg, you faced some exceptional point guards during your time in the league, but who is the toughest matchup for you when you play?
Oh, man. You know, John Stockton was always one of the most difficult, but in a weird way, not because I worried about him scoring on me. It was because I had to defend his ability to make people better, and that was always a challenge. And don't forget about the great Penny Hardaway. I mean, at 6'8", that was a nightmare to deal with. And my personal all-time favorite, Isaiah Thomas, who was as good as anybody's ever been at that lead guard position.
Jones with the screen on Nance. Brown drives. Oh!
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Heat.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And on the year, this will turn out to be win number 34 for them.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Jaylen Brown.
And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Barnes outside. Kane the pass to Brissett. With the drive, and he comes up with the deuce.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Now here's Burke. In the corner, it's Bridges. Drills the three-pointer.
But the truth is, they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Brooke. Congrats on the win. How important was this game for you?
You know, it's very big for us. It was a good benchmark. We've been trying to improve every game. You know, we've been getting better these past 2 games.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
The brute, she knew we shake the room. The brute, she knew we shake the room. She wanna hop in the coupe and move. She finna shake it in the room. She wanna hop in the coupe and move. She finna. Ooh, baby, know I got in the pocket. She want the keys to the rocket. Finna, I'ma lock it. Ooh, baby, know I got in the pocket. She want the keys to the rocket. Finna, I'ma lock it. She know I'm a. She be trying to get me. She been to the spot, and now she trying. I've been through a lot. I've been damaged and no fixing. I've been with the ops. I've been captain on the mission. Hop in the whip like she know where I'm headed. Gassing her up like she full of unleaded. After tonight I'ma need me. After tonight I'ma need me. Got me a turn into a beast. I keep a. Call me Mercedes, you know what it means. I got the light. Couple city of gold. I came up on the streets. Had to be bold. I came up with the everything sold. I had to be the. I mean the light. Couple. City of gold, I came up on the streets, had to be.
2 NBA greats, Grant Hill and Steve Smith, our analysts tonight, with our reporter, Allie LaForce. I'm Brian Anderson.